following program is sponsored. The opinions and statements made by the hosts and guests do not necessarily reflect the views of WBOB or its parent company, the Chesapeake Portsmouth Broadcasting Corporation.
It's time for Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard. Angela and Howard talk about what's new in real estate and answer your buying and selling questions. To participate in today's show, call 222-TALK. That's 222-8255. And now, here are Angela and Howard.
Well, good morning, Northeast Florida. Hey, I don't sound like Angela, do I? Well, she'll be here in just a couple of minutes, so I get to start the show, which is exciting for me because she always takes first part. And, you know, I'm getting kind of jealous of that. So I'm kind of glad that she's not here. No, I'm not. I don't get to look at her at the other side of the table, but I get to welcome everyone today. So welcome Jacksonville, welcome Northeast Florida and all of the surrounding area. It is great to talk to all of you this morning on this beautiful Easter weekend, and isn't it gorgeous? What a great family time Easter weekend is. We hope that all of you get to visiting with your family either today or tomorrow, and if not, that you get on the phone and call all your loved ones. You know, it's the second busiest calling time next to, can you all guess? Mother's Day. That's the busiest calling day of the year, where everyone gets to call their mom and say, I love you, Mom. I miss you, Mom. I wish I was with you. But I am glad that I am with you here today to talk about what's going on in real estate. Hope you all had a great week. Hey, we're not going to talk to you about two of the homes that we did last week. Why? Because they're gone. They're gone because they are sold. We tell you that if things look good and are priced right, then they are gone. The one in St. John's Forest that's only been on the market for, I think, 10 days, gone. Oh, my. Beautiful, beautiful home sold for a great price. You know what I love with real estate is that we make a happy buyer and a happy seller. And that's what we've got in just about every one of the sales that we make. Hey, we want to give a shout out to Bruce and Peggy. I'm going to be meeting with Peggy this afternoon after a new open house at a great house that I'm going to tell you about later. Peggy is selling her mom's house. And, you know, it's always a unique time, as there is usually some bittersweet emotions associated with, well, you know, when parents are no longer with us. And I want to tell everyone that Angela and I are very sensitive to that unique situation with our customers. And we even mention it to our buyers who may get their own special connection to the house when we tell them about some of the great times that the family had in that home. But it really is special when there's a home that somebody lived in for many, many years, and sometimes they grew up in, and now the children, the adult children, are selling that particular home. And Angela just walked in, so good morning, Angela.
Good morning, everybody. So excited to be here, but you know what? I got a bone to pick with you.
With me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I heard you say on the radio that you were glad I wasn't here.
No. But you missed the follow-up to that, which
I heard it said that you could do the opening.
But then the follow-up
But that still means you wish I wasn't here.
No, that I missed you, and now that I am really glad.
No, you said you were happy to do the opening. I heard the whole thing, Howard.
You couldn't have heard the whole thing because you must have been coming up the stairs, so
maybe
you couldn't have heard it.
Anyway, I just had to say that. So good morning to everyone. So excited to be here with you on this gorgeous Saturday.
Well, you're just repeating what I said because it is a gorgeous Saturday, isn't it?
Indeed. It's Easter weekend. There is so much to be thankful for.
There really is. Hey, I want to remind people of something. We got a call from one of our past customers who is also has become a friend of ours, and that happens a lot with us because we spend a lot of time with these people. And they were thinking about their mother, who is becoming a little older and wanted to prepare for the future and was thinking about putting the mother's home or transferring the mother's home via a quit claim deed to her son. And wanted to know, how to do that. And first of all, I want to say Angela and I are not attorneys. We don't play one on the radio, so we're not giving any legal advice. But I just want to say that there are some legal and monetary considerations about doing that. For example, when you do that, you may lose some or all of your homestead exemptions. And that, of course, also depends on whether or not the person is going to be moving out of that house or not. Another consideration is what happens after the demise of that person. So you may want to consider a trust. And you've heard a lot about trust if you listen to the show before hours about Ask an Attorney. So what we suggest you do before you put a property into a quitclaim deed, to either quitclaim it to that person and another person or to another person, is to contact an attorney and find out whether that is the best thing, both short-term and long-term. It's really easy to do a quitclaim deed, but we want you to have the best advice possible. So we suggest that you do contact your attorney and even an accountant to find out whether it is the best thing tax-wise for you, because you do have a lot of considerations, as I mentioned: homestead taxes, trusts. What happens after the person passes on. So just want to give that advice.
You're just full of information today.
How about that? You know what else I want to do? I want to talk about a contest.
Well, wait, I have to give a shout-out because I wasn't here at shout-out time.
What's that? Who's that?
To Sue and Dawn.
Sue and Dawn, okay.
So they're radio show listeners, and they came to our open house last week, and we got to meet them. That was really exciting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope they're listening today.
I hope they're listening, too. Good morning.
All right, so we got a tax question, a tax quiz today, contest today. So today is April 15th, and normally it is tax day.
Right, April 15th.
April 15th, but it isn't. So the question is, what day are taxes due and why? So it's a two-part question. It's not today. What day are they due and why? And
all right, so do they, if they get one of the...
No, they got to get both.
Oh, man.
Got to get both. So call us with your guess.
It's a complicated thing then,
It's
right?
not complicated. Just call us, 904-222. Angela, say what you like to say. 222.
222 talk to me. You have to call 222 talk.
So that's 904-222-8255. You're going to get a tracking device, which I have seen all over the internet lately. So you can attach it to your keys, your bicycle, your kids. You can use it to retrieve.
Attach it to your kids. That's funny.
Well, your kid's backpack, because you can find your backpack.
I think I'm going to attach one to you.
And if your backpack is attached to your kids, you can find your kids.
There you go.
Find your car.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We got somebody that's calling already. I don't know that we're going to have time to get to them.
Sure we do.
But we will find out, because we haven't heard the music yet. The music, by the way, to everybody means that we have 1 minute left. So we've got Dave on the line. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm okay. Let me run and turn my radio off, though.
Okay. All right. Do you have a guess for us? What day are taxes due?
Turning his radio off.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I was on a recorded phone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually not a guess. It's the 18th is when they're due, and that's because of Emancipation Day in Washington, D.C.
That's right. The 18th is Tuesday,
Dave.
not Monday. Normally, taxes would be due if they fall on a weekend. Normally, taxes would be due on the following Monday, which would be the 17th. However, because in District of Columbia celebrates Emancipation Day. So because that's where the IRS is located, they made it the following day, which is Emancipation Day. So
that's awesome,
Thank
Dave.
you for knowing that and for educating our public. We'd like to send you back to our producer and get your name and address, and we will send you that tracking device. Do you have any questions for us while we've got you? We've got 30 seconds left.
No, not today.
Well, thanks for listening. We appreciate that. Are you a member of the IRS by chance?
No, I just do the taxes for my business.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Hey, we'll be right back after the break. We got lots of information for everybody today. We're going to talk about what is special about the month of April. Also talking about drop zones. Wonder what that means. Stay with us. You'll find out. We'll be right back. Good morning, WBOB listeners. It's your Realtor on the Radio, Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. Angela and I want to thank you for tuning in with us for our 5th year now. It's been such a great pleasure to be on the radio with you, giving you advice on buying and selling, as well as answering your questions on the air. Thank you so much for the trust that you have in us as professional, experienced realtors with over 20 years of combined experience. We want you to know that when it's time to sell your home, we want to be your realtor. We will focus on your home, your family, and your time frame. Our team will customize a marketing plan to give you the best exposure to get you the best price and have the best selling experience possible. Whether it's a condo or a house, a short sale or a regular sale, a $200,000 home or a mansion, you will get the same great service. Call us at 421-7950 and join the multitudes of others that have experienced the Angela and Howard Team Advantage. There's finally a mortgage lender in Jacksonville that sees financing differently. With 20 years' experience, CMG Financial understands that the most important purchase in your life, your home, deserves the right mortgage. Tim McConnell at CMG Financial will work to customize the best financing option for you. Angela and I recommend CMG Financial to all our customers. Give Tim a call at 528-2103. That's 528-2103. CMG Financial is a registered trade name of CMG Mortgage, Inc., NMLS number 1820, and licensed as a mortgage lender servicer by the Office of Financial Regulation, number MLD 375, individual MLS number 181046.
Is there something going wrong with your garage door or opener? My name is Peter, and I am the owner of Quality Door Service. And my basic garage door repair starts at just $125, and that includes parts. Included with your repair, I will instruct you about fire and safety, protection from hurricane and burglary, and maintenance on your garage door. Call me today at 588-4817. That's 588-4817. Angela and Howard did.
Are you buying a property being sold by HUD? As a buyer, you can select Watson Title Services of North Florida as your settlement agent. Avoid having to deal with out-of-town companies and make sure you get the world-class customer service of Watson Title Services that Angela and Howard have come to expect. Call them at 461-3220 when you're looking at buying a HUD property to ensure your purchase goes through as smoothly as possible. That's 461-3220. Angela and Howard do. Angela Walker and Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp not only come to you every Saturday morning, but they would also like to work with you when you need them the most. That is, when you need to buy or sell a home. They pride themselves in giving you their very best effort every day and in every way. There are many realtors in the First Coast to choose from. Let them show you the Howard and Angela Team Advantage. Call them at 421-7950 or email them at realestateradio@yahoo.com. This segment of Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard is brought to you by CMG Financial. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Welcome back, everybody. So excited to be here on this beautiful Easter weekend. It is such a lovely time to celebrate. It's exciting.
It is. So
Yes.
We had the contest right before the break, and Dave got the question right. So taxes are not due until the 18th
That's right.
this year because of Emancipation Day, celebrated in Washington, D.C., and that's where the IRS is located. Speaking of tax day, did you get them done? If not, don't panic. Just complete the IRS form 4868. It's called the Automatic Extension of Time to File, and you get that form at irs.gov. So you still need to send in a check for the amount of your unpaid taxes, but at least you won't be late for filing. So
There
you
you go.
don't have to panic this weekend. You don't have to miss any of your Easter activities or call in sick on Monday or Tuesday to get your taxes done. Just file that form. And I have a confession.
What's your confession?
I filled out the form because I didn't get my taxes done yet.
Ah.
Okay. And by the way, ask me how long it takes to fill out that form.
How long?
It takes at least 2 minutes.
Ooh.
So it's really
Think you got 2 minutes to
easy.
spare?
I mean, you basically put
Probably took
your-
you longer to write out your check.
I did write out a check. So seriously, don't delay to do that. Don't panic about your taxes. That form is so easy to fill out. You put your name, your address, your social security number, and just put an estimate of how much you have to pay and write a check and put it in an envelope, and you're done. You get an automatic 4-month extension. So don't panic. And if you're getting a nice refund, okay.
I know what you're going to say.
If you're getting a nice refund, here are some ways to multiply the effects of that refund instead of wasting it. How about making an extra payment on your home mortgage? Wow, there's one. It could save you
love that.
several months of interest payments on your existing mortgage, or could help you if you get behind on payments sometime during the year. That's a good thing to do.
Yep.
How about another idea is to add some money to it and buy a rental property?
There you go.
You know, last week after
That'll
the
make
show,
you a lot of money.
Yeah, last week after the show, we had a call from someone who heard about our low price of a condo. It
Right.
was, I think, $25,000.
Right?
Yeah, so you could do that. Perhaps a lower valued condo that won't require much upkeep. You know, your rental income goes up each year so that you can increase your mortgage payments in each year to pay it off sooner, and then you have it all paid off by the time you retire and have extra retirement income. You know, I have done that. I've told people on the radio for the past few years that I have acquired a few rental properties. I have 4.5 of them, and the half, by the way, is that I own half with someone else. So that's how you get the half. But anyway, and so that when I retire many years from now, don't make fun, Angela.
I know.
Many
It's not
years
that many.
from now, many years from now,
Yes,
I'll
many,
have
many.
some extra income. Another option for your refund is to add to your retirement plan, whether it be an IRA or a Roth IRA or a 401k or what's called a SEP, a self-employed plan. You can do that, but probably the worst thing that you can do is to spend it on something that depreciates, something like a car or golf clubs. Also, vacations are really nice, but after a year, you know, that great memory, they're all but gone. It's fun while you're there, and it's great, and it's relaxing. But a year later, you forgot what you've done. 2 years later, you've really forgotten what you've done. 5
my
years later.
goodness. You sound
let's
like a
see.
workaholic.
Well, 5 years later, let's see, where did we go?
No.
I don't remember.
Oh, see, that's because you're getting old and you're losing your memory.
No, I mean everybody. 5 years later, it's like, where did we go? Was it San Juan
No,
or
no,
San
no,
Pablo?
no.
Or, you know, where did we go?
No.
People forget, but it's really, if you invest that money, you get the effects of it for years and years to come. So,
But sometimes, you know, there's a lot of good, hardworking people out there who work a ton and they need a break. They need a vacay.
well,
So-
I understand that. So
Yeah,
that,
no.
well, then invest part of it, because some people get back a lot of money. They
That's true.
overpay the government every year, and they get back a lot of money.
Yes.
So maybe take part of it and put it in long-term savings.
Okay.
Somebody gave me great advice when I was getting out of school many years ago, got out of college, and they said, whenever you get a raise, pay yourself. And what he meant by that was take some of the money and increase the amount of money that goes into your retirement plan. So if you get a 4% raise, take 2% of it and add it to your retirement, and then take 2% and have it as an increase in your income. You know, take it home in your
But
paycheck.
if I know you took all 4% and added it to your retirement.
No, I didn't. But
Really?
it was a great way of increasing my income, my savings, long-term savings, as well as my take-home pay. And I did that every single time that I got a raise.
That's good.
And consequently, I was able to, have some money when I retire. And
Yeah.
I've given my son that advice, and he's going to do the same thing when he starts working, which is going to be 3 weeks from now.
He's already started working, and he already has his savings, and he's not even out of college, so he's doing great.
Well, he'll be out of college in 3 weeks. Your daughter graduates in 2 weeks. My daughter graduates my son. We have 4 graduations. I want to tell everybody, because I'm proud of our kids. We have 4 graduations in the next month. You have 2 kids that are graduating, one with an associate's degree, one with a bachelor's degree, and I have 2 kids graduating, one with a bachelor's degree, one with a master's degree. So we are blessed, aren't we? To have this radio show and to have our kids doing so well. So
yes.
Anyway,
life's great.
Speaking of doing well, how's the real estate market doing, Angela?
Well, the real estate market is really awesome. Okay, so according to the Northeast Florida Multiple Listing Service, this past week for homes and condominiums, 761 offers got accepted, and that is up 6% from last week.
That's good.
902 new homes came on the market, and that's up 10% from last week. 900 new homes. Think about that. That's a lot of homes. 200 of the 902, they're already under contract. Oh, my goodness, Howard, that's over 20%.
If they look good?
Yeah, but think about what I'm saying. It's over 20% already under contract the first week. That tells you how many people are out there buying. If you're thinking about buying or selling, seriously put your house on the market now. Call us. We'll help you do it. We'll help you maximize your return. Make sure the house is as cute as it can be to appeal to the most amount of buyers and get it sold as quickly as possible.
Well, you know what else?
Now's the time. 20% of what was newly listed is already under contract.
You know what else it tells for buyers out there? If you find one that you think you like, don't wait. Don't go home and sleep on it for 3 days.
Oh,
and
no,
think
because
it's going
somebody
to
else
be
is going to
available.
grab it.
Somebody's going to get it.
Yeah,
That's right.
this is the environment that we're in. I also want to say that 519 of you actually closed on a home for yourself, and we say congratulations.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Now, that's down a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, about 8%.
From last week.
Yeah,
but that goes
no
up
big
and
deal.
down. Yeah.
It goes up and down all the time.
How about interest rates? What's going on with those?
Well, the average 30-year rate fell 0.02 of a point to 4.08%. It's a new low for 2017. But, this time last year it was 3.58. So we're still up over last year. The 15-year rate, it also fell 0.02 of a point to 3.34%. Now, this time last year, it was only 2.86%. The VA and the FHA 30-year rate remains unchanged at 3.75%. And the 5-year adjustable rate mortgage, well, it is still a great deal if you're only planning to be in your home for 5 years or less. It fell slightly, 1/100th of a point, to 3.18%. Now, this time last year, it was 2.84%. So all the numbers are up over last year, but they're all down this week.
Well, they were predicted to be a lot higher, though.
Yeah.
So
a lot higher. Didn't happen yet.
Didn't happen yet. The interest rates have gone down 4 weeks in a row.
I love that.
Yeah. Prior to that, they went up 4 weeks in a row. So,
which is kind of interesting because it is that time of year where there's a high demand for money, for loans to buy houses. So I'm surprised the rates are going down.
Well, rates are going down, but home prices are going up. We're seeing that.
Up. And we've been having so many conversations with people lately about, hey, yeah, you bought your house 3 years ago, and so the price has gone up. You're going to be able to sell for a profit. And the sellers are looking at me saying, yeah, but I got to buy a more expensive house too, because the house I want to buy has gone up.
Yeah,
so
everything has gone up.
Everything's gone up. So I would say do it while interest rates are low. That's your best advantage.
New home prices are going up because the cost of labor is going up. There's a shortage of labor for all of the new houses that are going up. Wood prices are going up. The cost of materials are going up for all of these new houses. And that's one of the reasons that new home prices are going up. The only way to get a good price for a new home is if a builder is closing out
a neighborhood.
A neighborhood.
Yep.
And, they got a few left over and they say, this one's left. Of course, it may be the worst lot in the neighborhood, or it may be the model, but then the model has all of these upgrades that they put in to attract all the buyers. And, sure, they're discounting at $30,000, but they have $80,000 worth of upgrades that you would have never picked yourself. So you got to be careful about that. Make sure that you have a realtor with you so you're not overpricing getting the most expensive home in the neighborhood, even though it is discounted. Always have a realtor with you. Don't be, roped in to say, oh, they're getting a $30,000 discount. It may be off of a really high price. Hey, we got more interesting things coming up.
Ed Dean, Mike Gallagher, Dennis Prager, The Savage Nation, Mark Levin, Laura Ingram, WBOB, AM 600 and FM 101.1. The Answer.
With SRN News, I'm Val Dior. A federal judge has halted Arkansas's already compromised plan to execute several inmates over an 11-day period starting next week. U.S. District Judge Christine Baker on Saturday granted a preliminary injunction requested by the inmates to block the executions. Arkansas was set to execute the first inmate by lethal injection on Monday. The number of ISIS militants killed is now at 94. That's up from the original number given of 36. The U.S. commander in Afghanistan who ordered the use of the mother of all bombs did not need approval in advance from President Trump. General John Nicholson has standing authority to use massive ordnance air blast bomb, or MOAB. He'd had that authority before Trump took office in January. And he was the first black man to play in the major leagues, ending 6 decades of racial segregation. Jackie Robinson to be honored today at Dodger Stadium. SRN News.
Hurricane Matthew came through northeast Florida with a vengeance and left in its wake hundreds of residential and commercial docks, either destroyed or badly damaged. You would have probably called to get an estimate on what it would cost to restore your dock or boat lift back to pre-storm condition. And some of you may even have fainted upon receiving the estimate. Introducing All Dock Repair, a local company that can repair or replace your dock without destroying your bank account. Whether your dock was 25 feet or 200 feet long, All Dock Repair can make it whole again. All Dock Repair has over 15 years of experience repairing and replacing docks, so they know what it takes to make sure you're completely satisfied with their work without ripping you off. To receive a reasonable estimate to replace or repair your dock, call All Dock Repair at 904-513-8321. That's 904-513-8321. That number once again, 904-513-8321. This hour on WBOB, sponsored by Baker Glass.
Hi, it's Mac with Baker Glass. If you're having trouble finding a clear option for that new shower enclosure or a replacement for that fog glass, then call the Baker Boys or find us at BakerGlassInc.com. That's BakerGlassInc.com. Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Q Hewitt, Ed Dean, Laura Ingram, Dennis Prager, The Savage Nation, Mark Levin, WBOB, AM 600. The Answer.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is Bill Hay from I'm Speaking Plainly, here to tell you about a free movie at the Salem Center. On April 21st at 7 p.m., there will be a free showing of Agenda. This is a fantastic and informative look at our government and our future. Tickets are free, but you must get them through Eventbrite.com. Search Eventbrite.com/free screening of Agenda. Seating is limited. That's Agenda, 7 p.m. Friday night, April 21st at the Salem Center. Log on and get your tickets today.
Business is happening every day, all around us. Stay on top of it all with our sister station, 100.3 The Biz.
You're listening to Bloomberg Markets with Tim Fox and Lisa Abramowitz.
Stay up to the minute with Bloomberg Radio.
This is a Bloomberg Business Flash.
Catch up with the latest news with Gordon Deal.
You're listening to America's First News This Morning with Gordon Deal.
100.3 The Biz.
Stuck in traffic? WBOB has the answer.
Roads looking good, but watch out for all the construction around town, especially on those main highways. Going to be mostly sunny, at least for the weekend. Highs today, tomorrow about 82. Partly cloudy at night, looking for lows about 58. And then sunny the rest of the week, looking for daytime highs Monday through about Wednesday. Lower 80s, nighttime lows, partly cloudy skies, 65. 73 WBOB, AM 600, the answer.
Let's return to Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
You crack me up. You're always talking when the light comes on. I love that. Welcome back, everybody. I want to say good morning, and we're going to talk about drop zones.
What are you talking about?
Well, you don't really know what it is, do you?
Well, if from our military friends, it would be where parachutists want to land. That's a drop zone.
Well, that's absolutely true. But I'm talking about one of 4 popular trends showing up in many new model homes and therefore many new home designs.
Drop zone. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Tell me more.
So drop zones are usually right inside the house next to the garage entrance with pegs or hooks for keys, backpacks, jackets, sometimes a place to put your dirty shoes.
I don't have dirty shoes.
Yeah, okay. There may also be a couple of plugs there to charge your cell phone or your tablets, and it's kind of a central command post for any automated systems. There may even be a bench with storage or little cubby holes for each member of the family.
Oh, that's right. Other popular items taking hold are quartz instead of granite countertops.
I like them.
Very popular.
I like it because you don't have the maintenance you have with granite, and they're not permeable like the way granite is.
Yes, you don't have to treat it as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What are
so I've got 2
items?
Other items are
Tell
more,
it to me, baby.
I'm trying. I can't talk as fast as you want me to, I guess. More windows to let in, a lot of natural light. And, of course, you and I always check to see that they're being strategically placed so as not to be directly where the afternoon sun comes pouring in, right? Because that's super important with the Florida sunshine.
Yeah.
And the last one is tile that's made to look like wood. Boy, has that become popular.
Yeah.
So it's in like 6 inches by 24-inch pieces.
I love that.
I love it too. And, you've got the larger tile pieces and the wood flooring that's also in wider widths.
Yeah, some of the newer designs look beautiful. However, our advice is to always think like this. You want to love your home and make it yours, but if you know that it is not going to be your permanent home, don't make it look so unique with wild colors that might make it difficult to resell. If you love purple, don't get purple tile because it will be really, really difficult to resell that home. And I'm not just talking about purple, of course. I'm just using that as an example. So,
okay.
That's all.
I was thinking about a house that I saw this week, and it is up for sale, and it's here locally. And it is so specific and so different that I think they're going to have a horrible time trying to sell it because they did some really custom things. And I don't know. It looks like more like art than a home.
Art than a home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a stucco house where like piece of the stucco is missing and it looks like there's brick there.
That's really odd.
Yeah, it's odd.
Oh, well. Hey, you know what April is other than tax time? It is actually Fair Housing Month.
Yeah.
And this month of April is the 49th anniversary of the passage of federal legislation of the Fair Housing Act. So we thought we would remind all buyers, sellers, renters, and landlords, because it applies to everyone, that fair housing is actually based on the golden rule. Treat others like you would want to be treated in almost all cases, because the law defines what is right and what is wrong. Because what you may think is, hey, I can do whatever I want. You can't do whatever you want.
No.
It has to do with what is considered discrimination, what is considered unfair discrimination. So some things no one can be discriminated against nor discriminate to members of a protected class. So we want to talk about what a protected class is. So a protected class is anyone in any particular race or color or any mixture of these. Also, any religion is a protected class. Third is your gender. So whether you're male or female or any combination, because we know that, nowadays some people are not sure what they are, or any sexual preference or gender identity, like I mentioned. Also, your marital status or your familial status. And what we mean by familial status is whether or not you have kids or whether or not you are pregnant. A third protected class is any handicap or disability, and it must be a recognized disability. And by the way, a recognized disability includes mental disability. And by the way, that includes AIDS or, and this is a surprising one, chronic alcoholism. So if you have chronic alcoholism, however that's defined in the law, that is considered a disability, and you cannot discriminate against someone because they have chronic alcoholism. So if you are a landlord and someone applies and they have chronic alcoholism, they cannot be discriminated against. Now, if they are, drinking at your home and, are obviously not in a sober state, that you can discriminate against them for the behavior, but not just because they are an alcoholic. You understand the difference?
I don't know. I think
someone can say they're an alcoholic but don't drink, versus someone who is an alcoholic is going to destroy your property. That's a different situation. Another is national origin. You cannot discriminate against someone because of their national origin or from residents who are from a particular community. That's an interesting one. So who can you discriminate against? Well, let's give some examples. So if I'm a lender or a landlord or a mortgage lender, can I decline renting to someone with bad credit? Well, yes, that's not a protected class. So if you have bad credit, you can discriminate against them. Number two, how about if they have no means of paying for rent or mortgage? Well, they don't have enough income. Yes, you can discriminate against them because that is fair discrimination. How about if the prospective tenant has a history of being evicted? Yes, you can discriminate against them. How about if they have a dangerous animal? Like if you don't like pit bulls, can you discriminate against them and decline people that have a dangerous animal? Yes, you can. What about if you don't want any animals? Yes, you can discriminate against them because people that have animals are not a protected class. However, if they have a service animal, that's a different story. Can't discriminate them. Now, what if a prospective tenant has a certain felony conviction? Well, probably if you treat everyone with the same felony conviction the same way. What about smokers? If you don't want to rent to a smoker, that's fine because smokers are not a protected class. So for specifics, what you can do is go to HUD.gov, HUD.gov, and then to the Fair Housing Act, or go to unfair discrimination. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is not just something between a landlord and a tenant. It also applies to, let's say you want to buy a house and the seller does not want to sell to you because, let's say you are in one of these classes. You can actually sue the seller. Or if you are a seller and don't want to sell to one of these protected classes, that is illegal. So we want to make sure that nobody gets into trouble with the Fair Housing Act because of any one of these protected classes or unprotected classes. So we want to go to some interesting national news. So, Angela?
Well, every once in a while you hear about the outrageous price of real estate in the San Francisco area, especially of their older homes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, some of those homes are really gorgeous. So the question would be, what's the interesting news?
Well, two homes on the same street, one built in 1886 and one built in the early 1900s, are being offered for the sale for the wonderful price of $1
I bet
each.
they are sold already. Are they falling apart? What's the deal?
No, they're actually really nice houses, but there is a small catch.
What's that?
Well, you have to move them. Actually, a developer bought the land and is building apartments, and rather than tear down the houses, he's offering them for sale. So the buyer, he must find another suitable vacant lot and arrange for moving of the homes. Now, there are companies that do that sort of thing. So if the homes physically fit down the street and the new lot is a reasonable distance away, then the new buyer gets a great old house. What do you think?
Well, I think I'll just stay here in sunny Florida on this warm, beautiful northeast part of Florida. I love it here.
I agree.
I have seen houses moved on barges, though, down the river here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I've seen them on TV that are moved down. They raise them up, they take out the foundation, and then they move them down the street. But usually it's not more than, quarter of a mile, half a mile. Sometimes they have to move the wires. But anyway, hey, we got more stuff coming up. Call us with your questions at 222-8255, and we'll be right back. Hey, WBOB listeners, it's your realtor on the radio, Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. Angela and I don't just do the radio show, we are active realtors. When it's time to buy, we will interview you to determine your specific housing needs. Distance to work, style of home, school needs, distance to place of worship, kids' activities, lifestyles, number of bedrooms, budget, and so much more. In short, we do our very best to find you your perfect home. We won't waste your time showing you houses that don't fit your needs. Whether you're moving up, moving into your first home, or now an empty nester, you can trust us for the most important purchase of your life. It's what we do. It's what we'll do for you. Experience the Angela and Howard Team Advantage. Call us at 421-7950. There's finally a mortgage lender in Jacksonville that sees financing differently. With 20 years' experience, CMG Financial understands that the most important purchase in your life, your home, deserves the right mortgage. Tim McConnell at CMG Financial will work to customize the best financing option for you. Angela and I recommend CMG Financial to all our customers. Give Tim a call at 528-2103. That's 528-2103. CMG Financial is a registered trade name of CMG Mortgage, Inc., NMLS number 1820, and licensed as a mortgage lender servicer by the Office of Financial Regulation, number MLD 375, individual MLS number 181046. One of the most critical parts of buying or selling your home is the very last process. That's the closing process. Angela and I recommend Watson Title Services. They have the experience to handle any issue that can come up, and there is never an upfront fee to the seller. Whether you are using a realtor with the sale of your home or not, always ask for Watson Title Service to handle your closing. We do. Call them at 461-3220. That's Watson Title Services.
This segment of Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard is brought to you by Watson Title Services of Northeast Florida. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Welcome back, everybody. This is such a beautiful weekend. You guys need to get out, do some fun things. The Easter Bunny's coming. There'll be egg hunts tomorrow. It's very exciting. Lots of family meals happening.
Chocolate, ham, right?
Yeah.
People getting up early to go to sunrise service.
That's where I'm going to be.
Going to church.
Sunrise service on the beach.
You're going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
You've had something. I want to tell everybody what's very unique about you as a realtor that you've been talking about this week to me. That for the last several years, what has happened every Easter weekend for you as a realtor? Tell everybody.
Yeah, seriously, I have been in business 19 years. In real estate business. I've been in business longer than that. But every Easter weekend, I've sold a house. So a lot of times, realtors spend all their time with their family and that sort of thing, and that's great. But there's always buyers and sellers who need assistance on this holiday weekend, and there's a lot of family members who say come into town and, they're out looking for a house.
Yeah, it's not usually on Sunday, but it's on Saturday, yeah.
I've done both.
You've done both?
I have. Yep.
Well, as a result of that, we are going to do a couple of open houses today. Well, I'm going to do one today for a brand new house.
The other one got canceled because the house got sold.
Because it got sold.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm. So you know what it's time for then? What time is it?
Hot.
It's time for our hot deal of the day.
I love it.
And you know what I want to do? I want to start off and talking about our brand new listing that just went on the market yesterday.
So exciting.
What a gorgeous house. You know, you've been into Eagle Landing so many times. So many of our listeners have probably, or maybe they haven't. They're not familiar with Eagle Landing, but it's a upscale golf community on the west side of town that you drive through this long street of just beautiful house after beautiful house. It's not that old. And our house that we have on the market is 4 years old. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. And it has, two of almost everything. It has, a living room and a family room. It has an eat-in kitchen and a dining room. Well, plus it has this large California bar top. Tell everybody what that is, because not everybody knows what that is.
Okay, so, in today's environment, most of the new homes have kitchens that are integrated with the family room. So it means whoever's in the kitchen, because the kitchen's the heart of the house, so that's where everybody congregates. And so you're in the kitchen, but you still want to watch the game or whatever's happening. So there's usually a bar, that you either have high bar stools at or whatever.
Like a breakfast bar.
Like a breakfast bar. So that's sort of the older version of this, where the bars were taller and it kind of hid the sink and the mess behind the, there was a little 6-inch lip or 8-inch lip. Okay, so now a California counter is flat. So there's no 8 or 6-inch lip to hide things. So it's just a flat bar. And then the bar stools that you use are lower, and it's really beautiful. It actually makes the room appear to be larger because you don't have all that different height that is kind of breaking your eye. But they're huge. They're normally very, very huge, allowing for cabinet storage on both sides of that.
Yeah, and it's big enough for 5 or 6 seats around it.
Oh, yeah, they're really cool.
So there's like 3 places to eat there because it has a dining room, a dining area next to the kitchen, plus 5 or 6, stool area around this kitchen. So, and I say it has, 2 or 3 of everything. It has a screen lanai plus a paver patio with this pergola that has these cloth covering that covers the back. It's got a 3-car garage.
Those are really cool, too, because they're retractable.
Yeah.
So you could have it open with the sun shining in, or if the sun's bothering you, you could pull this screen. It's not screen. What's it called? Like, it's a fabric, like umbrella.
Cloth, yeah.
Yeah, and you pull that across. It's very cool.
It's got beautiful wood floors and big tile floors. It's 2,600 square feet. It's on Southern Hills Drive. It's got a fenced yard, 2,600 square feet, as I said, $299,900, and the owners are throwing in a golf cart.
Now, there you go.
Isn't that cool?
I think that's super cool.
By the way, the owners love the neighborhood so much that they're buying another home in the same neighborhood.
Yeah. You know what? Doesn't that speak volumes for a neighborhood? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
I'm going to be there today after the show from noon to 2. The address is 1043 Southern Hills Drive.
Now, I also want to say, if you're driving your car and you can't write that down because we want you to be safe, you can always go out to the website, AngelaandHoward.com. You will see on there the homes that we have listed for sale, and you will see the open house information as well.
Yeah. All right. You want to talk about another one on the west side, or you want to go to the north side? What would you like to do after seeing this house in Eagle Landing?
Well, I think you should talk about Eagle Harbor. So we have 2415 Daniels Landing, which is in Eagle Harbor, and it is a gorgeous Southern Belle kind of house. It's got colonial charm, over 4,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, high ceilings, totally custom designed. It's got a big double front door, a 3-car garage, with one of the bays is 26 feet deep, so you can put your boat in there. It has computer nook. It's got a bonus room upstairs, plus a bedroom upstairs, perfect for a teen retreat. It has a huge front porch. I love the old front porches where you put the rocking chair. I mean, it's really something.
It's like 40 feet wide.
Yeah. It's got a screen rear porch that overlooks a private rear yard, the huge family room with built-ins. You could just never run out of cabinet space in this kitchen because there's tons of it. And the cabinets, Howard, they're solid wood. There's no plywood there. There's no press board. This is solid wood. This is upscale. This is a beautiful, beautiful kitchen. There's also a wooden staircase. And this is for the low price of $499,900. So under $500,000. And
4,000 square feet.
4,000 square feet. So that's only like $125 a square foot
for a custom home.
For a custom home, yes.
One of my favorite homes on the west side is the one that looks like a resort in the backyard because it has a sunroom that is probably 300 square feet, but you walk into that thing and you step down into a hot tub.
Yeah, you do. Party time.
Oh, my gosh. But besides that, outside is a beautiful not paver patio, but like a slate patio, and in a beautiful fenced-in rear yard. But the house itself, too, has a huge cathedral ceiling family room, and it's one of these homes that was built in the 80s, brick, and just solid as a rock. It's on Village Way in Orange Park off of Kingsley, 2,300 square feet for $229. But that spa, that hot tub built into the ground is just absolutely fabulous. It's had lots of upgrades since the house was built. Has a brand new roof. And when I say new, I mean it's 3 weeks new. Just had the permit that says your roof is in great shape, approved by the city, and ready to go. So $229.9, and the HOA is a whopping $75 a year.
And isn't that only if you want to participate?
Only if you want to pay.
It's voluntary. Yeah. Okay. We have on the north side, 3132 Double Oaks Drive. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath home, 2,900 square feet. It's a gated community. It has a huge family room with lots of built-in shelving and a fireplace, picture frame molding in the dining room, beautiful tile and wood floors, sitting on a half-acre lot. The rear is fenced in. It's got a breakfast bar, 42-inch cabinets, a covered patio, covered lanai, and a 2-car garage. This is built in 2005, located right off Alta Road. Value priced at $265. They are motivated and ready to sell.
Yeah, if you want to be out near the Cecil Field area, we got 2 acres that has a double car garage and a motorhome garage and a a double wide trailer that needs to be taken off, and you can put a new one on there. But 2 acres for $77,600 that you can build your dream home on 2 acres. Beautiful. By the way, we tell you these things that we have listed, but whatever you want, we can find it for you. You know, you need a realtor that's going to help you, and that is what we do. There's bond money available. By the way, there's a house on the west side on South Lake that we forgot to tell you about, but we will talk about that a lot next week.
Oh, that's great. All brick house. Love that house. Yep.
You know, folks, Angela and I love living here in Northeast Florida, and we're doing this radio show to give back to our community. We want to thank you for listening and for your support. And if we can help you in any way with your real estate needs, then call us after the show at 421-7950 or send us an email at realestateradio@yahoo.com. You do need a professional on your side, whether you're buying or selling your most important financial transaction. Angela and I are here to help you. Have a blessed day. We're going to be back with you next week. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful Easter. The Van Wees are here to tell you about what's been going on in the financial area. Again, have a great Easter. We'll be back with you next week. Bye-bye.